Why does mine always say going live then, Lisa? This is why I just sort of stumble around like a fool for the
It's
first...
there like going, huh? What's going on? Are we live yet? Are we live?
Are we live?
We're officially live.
Okay, and there's a lag.
Yeah. So
I don't see us. Anyway, if
like I'm sitting there smiling stupidly and you're sitting there going,
hello everybody. Apparently we're live.
So how have we got one dislike and we haven't even started? How is that even possible?
There's always one, Lisa.
I'm going to start. Smash the like button. Smash, 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 smash. We've got 47 of you waiting and watching. And yeah, and we've only got 23 likes. So smash it.
And the dislike is, I don't know, I guess you're here. If you are, welcome.
So yeah, we've got a few people there already, and we have people like I've looked at it before and there's so much chat already there. So they've been chatting since yesterday. So Stephen Burns, LA Meth Witch, we've got George, we've got Keith, we've got Carmi, we've got so many people.
Hello to you all. Sunday or Sunday for some, I guess, still. Monday in our part of the world.
Is it? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to sort of work out where everyone is and times and yeah.
Now I have just put a link below the video to your spreadsheet for 1,000 to 1 million because Lisa, I'm getting absolutely swamped by people wanting to follow along. So I guess maybe we've got a hell of a lot to go through today.
We might start with the 1,000 to 1 million, and I'll go straight to my spreadsheet as I get messages. Yeah, so this is I've been super busy this week. I'm
dying to tell everyone why, Lisa, but I know I have to wait.
You cannot. I will kill you. I cannot.
It's huge news, people, putting it mildly. You're going to hang with us maybe until next week.
Yeah, hopefully all the contracts are like finalized by then and I can say what it is. So, because they're in the process at the moment. So I've told the people close to me, obviously, and Sean's like, can I tell everyone today? I'm like, no. So, yes.
It's big, people. It's big. Hang in there.
It's really, really, really big. It's to do with my film. So obviously I haven't had a lot of time to be doing a lot of trades, but there's been lots of people on Twitter that have been trading and they've been showing me and I've been retweeting some. And one of the guys this morning has actually done $5,000 already, 1,000 to million. So, which is epic. And you can see that I've done 7 trades and I'm at day 24 already with just 7 trades. So I'm ahead of the game. So, we're 2 weeks in and which is really 14 days. So I'm still ahead of the game with only 7 trades. I'm at 1,976 and I have just entered RSR. So I will be
very good. For anyone new, Lisa, maybe you just want to sort of recap quickly again what it's all about.
This is look at RSR. It's going woo. So I've entered RSR down here. So I'm pretty happy with this trade so far. So yeah. So if we go, where is my chart? Where is my 1,000 to millions? Hang on. I'm going to have to stop share. Technical.
Hit that like button, by the way, people. We're going to do
that. Let me, hang on, I'm going to go
out of the way.
Find my thousands to millions. And then I'll reshare it. There we go. Now I can reshare. There we go. Okay, so this is the website that Sean has put underneath the YouTube video here. So in here we have the percentage calculator so we can work out what our trade should be. I've sort of shown a couple of videos on Twitter how to find supports and resistances, and that's what we're targeting. So within here, there's a video how to find the cross supports. Now on a cross support, we pretty much, occasionally they fail. Majority of the time they continue. We get at least a 3% bounce, and that's all we need for this formula to work. You know, obviously we can let it go in until the resistance, which is what I have been doing. And yeah, so I trade with an OCO order, which I will put a video up later today, how to set an OCO order when you've got a cross support. And so, yeah, so always you need to have that stop loss in place, and you need to have the sell order in place, and that way it executes very quickly. You're in and out of those trades. So this is a video how to find the cross supports. So watch that as well. We've got how to set the stop loss here, but I'll tell everyone how to set an OCO. And this is a form here, our spreadsheet. It tells you how to save it, so you can track along with us and let me know how you're going. So yeah, so basically I set up a clean account on Binance. Joining with this code will give you cheaper fees on Binance, $1,000 to start, and it should take you under a year. So if you're trading only one 3% trade every day, it'll take you about 256 days, I think it is. And then if you do more of those trades, you're going to be very quicker, like much quicker. So in getting to $1 million. So we've got $1 million here, 234 days, provided, you know, obviously you don't have any losses. But with this formula, obviously your wins are going to be bigger because we're targeting resistance. So on average, people are doing between 9 and 15% on a call, and obviously then your stop loss is set at about 2 to 3%. So you've got small losses and bigger wins. So you're going to get there a lot quicker. So 234 days, say about a year. If you're doing it slowly, there's one guy that is going to be there within a couple of months. So he's at 5,000, but it does get harder as your balance gets bigger. You need to split the trades up because obviously the liquidity within the market is, you know, a little bit harder to sort of access. So yeah, so that's kind of how it works. So link is in the video here, and yeah, so it's a really good system of doing it.
Excellent. So shall we, it's not really the elephant in the room, but obviously you and I were chatting with somebody on Twitter last night about going into XRP based on this Wall Street bets and people pumping various things at the moment. Your thoughts on this, Lisa? Maybe if you sort of first comment on what happened with GameStop and how relevant to crypto with what's going on here with these.
Well, this is what's happening in the traditional markets with GameStop and with all of that is what I've been talking about all year with Bitcoin, with these short squeezes. So we're in a short squeeze zone right at the moment, which is going to, like, I'm going to share a BTC chart. And so we can have a look at that, and we can have a look how basically a short squeeze works. So so this is a monthly chart. So if we go back, I'll go to a 3-day chart. We can see that we're building this zone here where, you know, it's holding. I know. So it's holding around about the 30,000 mark. The whales want to hold that region is because basically that entices the shorters, because you hear continuously on Twitter that we're going down to 24,000. I've heard that we're going down to 18,000, you know, that we're constantly going down to these lower amounts.
Yeah, by the way, thank you for saving me from a short at around the 30K mark. You got me back in check on that. Once again, you're right.
Yeah, it's just those sort of regions are like I can't think of his name, Dustin, that we had on New Year's, where I was saying there's no way I'm going to be shorting 30K, because it's the mentality of everyone is that 30K is a psychological number, and it's going to sort of, you know, everyone's going to short and it's going to drop. the thing is with that, when we have a short squeeze, is the whales know everyone's going to short at that area, and it's the easiest way to push through, because shorts sell into the market long. So when you've got a block of shorts, say you've got like 100 people, and 99 of those people are shorting, and there's one person that's got quite a bit of money and they're in a long, they can just, it's like domino effect. So all the stops release, or the shorts expire, and they sell into the market. So right now, we also have a large amount of futures releasing. So they're in negotiation at the moment. So they were due to release end of the month, which is yesterday, obviously. For us,
We've got
it's now a
4
new
billion,
month.
I think, coming off on the 4th.
Yeah, so they're coming off this week. They are in renegotiation at the moment. So that sometimes happens. Sometimes they'll roll over, sometimes they won't. So if you were, obviously we had this mentality at 30K that the market was going to be dropping, and everyone was buying shorts. So if that was the mentality at that point when these futures were being purchased, these are all short positions. So short positions sell long. So I believe that we're going to hover around this mark at the moment. So we're in this fourth wave. So right now, if I was to draw waves on this higher time frame, so we've got a complete C wave, we're coming up for a B wave, and we'll come back down for a C wave. So we're still in this formation. This is a fourth wave. Fourth waves take predominantly a month to 2 months to complete. So so we started this wave 7th of Jan, around the beginning of January. So this takes us to March, which then should take us on our journey to 66K again. So with these shorts releasing, I do think we're going to retest this high, and then we're going to come down. I think we're in, a flat correction at the moment. So it's quite a deep flat correction, obviously, because, it looks deep, and the price is expensive because, obviously Bitcoin is, highly priced at the moment, and it went up to the 40s. So we had a 25% retrace, which is only a minor retrace. So I do think we are going to get that bounce. So with these shorts, so this B wave, so we can see here, this is A, this is B, will come down for the C. So if I change the color of that, we'll go white. So we can see this is what this wave formation is looking like. So we're going to have a little bit of a choppy region in this area for the next few days. And then I think we're going to get that short squeeze where we move up to the high, retest the high again. And then we're going to come back down and complete this C. We've not completed this correction as yet. It's going to take a little bit longer. And as we come down from this C wave, we're going to hear everyone scream out that we're going to 20,000, we're going to 18,000, all the crazy numbers. So we do have if we go to this chart, this is, we have the parabola on it, and we are back on the other side of the parabola. So we should come back down and retest this, and we'll do this on the C wave. So this retest zone here is about 28,600. So we'll retest just under 30K again. We could hold higher, the whales may push it higher, because that makes sense as well. Like if you are going to hold it higher, then that squeezes the shorts in that region again. So so far that's kind of how this is playing out. The wave count is absolutely perfect for this count as well. So I see no issues with this sort of continuing up. So if we have a look, if we go back down to this region that we had here, where we were trapped under this long-term resistance. So we hit the 10,000 mark, and then we crawled across this region for quite some time. So this was again a fourth wave in this section. So we went from the 3rd of May right through to July. So that's that fourth wave, which takes about a month to 2 months to sort of correct and to move across. So quite a choppy sort of movement. Then we had this first wave that came down and corrected to the same point. So we should have this again. So we'll have this and then we'll break back down to this parabola again. So, you know, this is moving as it should. I don't see it breaking down. Yeah,
I was expecting an Elon Musk magnet somewhere on this chart.
I had an Elon Musk on my drawing on my chart the other day. So with a little Elon Musk Tesla truck.
Fantastic. Lisa, give us your thoughts on, obviously I'm sure most people watching this have understood what's happened with GameStop, you know, these army of Redditors and so forth that have been shorting the hedge funds and the legacy markets.
Yeah.
Really what I'd love you to comment on is what we've also seen where we're getting these groups now sort of pumping Doge and I believe XRP is today's pump. What are your thoughts around what's going on here?
Doggy was pumped by Elon Musk. So Elon Musk is friends with the creator of Dogecoin, who's an Australian guy. So every now and again, when it comes in pattern, Elon tweets it and everyone gets all excited. And the funniest thing with that is obviously greed kicks in. And I know I sit here laughing because I just shake my head at so many people that have absolutely no idea how to trade. Absolutely none. So they're coming in and they're
easy.
buying.
You just follow a group on Reddit.
You follow a group on Reddit, but you don't know how to set a stop loss. You don't know when to take profit. You think that this chart is going to go up and up and up forever because, you know, obviously Dogecoin did 700 or 800% in a day, which is insanity. But it's, you know, if we go to that chart, I've got so many charts. We can see that these candles, this is like absolute FOMO and greed.
Pass the parcel.
So, you know, it's down way down here. It's like in the double zeros under a cent. So this is ultimate shitcoin, easy to move. So the reason they're called shitcoins is why I tell people they're like diarrhea. They move easily. And so that's the reason they're called shitcoins. Did you not know that? I didn't create that. I didn't make that up. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point.
Really, there you go, people. You heard it here first from Lisa. Now you know it. Oh, it's a shitcoin. Just because of that, hit the like button. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
We give you
so
all.
Anyway, so obviously with you know, these low liquidity coins, you put some liquidity into them, they move very quickly. So
it made the top 10.
It did. It went to it went into number 7, I think. So yeah, huge amounts of volume going into Doggy, obviously. Like, have a look at these candles. So that's, you know, from way down here, that's like 800% in a day. And that's just insane. So, you know, the RSI was topping out. So I sold, I think about this point here, which it's, you know, underneath now anyway. But yeah, so we're coming down.
Lisa, were the same people that were putting out these, you know, getting everyone to jump into the legacy stocks, were they also pushing Doge? I think they did. I believe they're also pushing XRP.
I think they've banned crypto chat in their channels. So from what I've heard, there are obviously other, you know, Discords and Telegram groups sort of popping up everywhere, and you know, talking about XRP and that sort of thing. But, you know, the thing is, the market caps on both of these coins are massive. So, you know, it makes it a lot harder because there's so many coins around to bring back into the market. So XRP at the moment is moving nicely. So I doubled down into this trade down here. because the pattern was at a breakout point, and not because of anything other than that. It's like, you know, it would have been highly risky to enter a trade if it wasn't. So we had, you know, this triangle that had formed. So I tweeted in the morning, and then everyone was telling me that there was all these groups shilling it, and I'm like, well, pattern's good, so I'm entering it. Yeah, so it's moving in a really nice pattern. We are starting to get a little bit of a curl on the MACD at the moment, so we may see a bit of a correction in this point. It's starting to struggle a little bit. There is such a high market cap on this, and there's such a lot of people that got trapped in these waves that are going to be looking to just sell off at, you know, break even at this point. So this is a 15-minute chart. If we go to higher time frames, so when we had that massive big crash with the SEC news, there's people here that are just going to be selling out. Just get me out of XRP. So we've hit the bullish pivot on XRP here. So if it can hold, we need to kind of hold around the 55, 54 mark. And if it can do that in this region, so far so good. The upper targets are looking good. So yeah, but I
think there's got to be a little word of caution here as well on this one, because it is all over the crypto press at the moment.
There is. So obviously, I've got a stop loss video that I keep retweeting. You need to have a stop on this one. You really do. But the thing is, if this crashes really hard, that you don't necessarily like stop sell normally as a market stop. So you may get some slippage on that. So just be aware if you're in a margin trade on this, slippage is going to happen if this crashes down very, very quickly. So
also, can I just throw a word of caution out there generally, because obviously I think we're going to see a lot of people jumping on these social forums, pumping various cryptocurrencies, making it seem like it is part of this whole Wall Street bets thing, which for me is more of a social protest and an attack on hedge funds that are shorting stock and have basically had a completely unfair playing field for years. People pumping a crypto via those channels, that's an entirely different thing, people. So just be super careful if you're jumping on the bandwagon of any of these things. It's an entirely different game.
Yeah, no, crypto is an entirely different beast, and we have whales and we have all these different sort of things that, you know, do move the market and have moved the market for such a long time. And it's still not a regulated market 100%. So, you know, obviously the US is starting to do that, and they don't have all the coins that I'm talking about all of the time. But yeah, very extra caution. Obviously, when you're trading, always have those stop loss in place, and, you know, make sure that you you know, being safe and secure and entering where you should be entering on cross supports or on support regions. Don't just enter mid wave like FOMO in, like XRP's like now at 60 cents. I'm going to, you know, buy the top, and then all of a sudden tomorrow it's 30 cents and you lost half your money. So because you didn't have a stop loss. But so I'm constantly reminding people on Twitter, like stop loss, stop loss, stop loss.
Yeah. But by all means, go and screw over the hedge funds on Wall Street. I think that's absolutely brilliant. Just don't use Robinhood. Those guys are a bunch of clowns.
Oh, yeah, they are. Apparently they've bailed out half the people.
I think they should close the door, apologize, and disappear forever. Seriously, screw you, Robinhood. I mean, the irony of using that name and jumping in there to basically stop the flow of those hedge funds getting taken out. But
the thing is, you know, with anything like, you know, like Elon Musk tweeted, like with a shorting, obviously, you know, you can bet against the market and that's what you're doing, but you can't buy a house and then short it. You can't buy a car and then short it. It's like, so why can you buy some stock and then short it? So I get what he's saying, but, you know, speculation has always been around, and, you know, these are speculative markets. So Therefore, people like to bet against them. And, and that's what's been happening all year with Bitcoin. Like, it's been easy to move up because everyone's going at 20,000, I'm going to short it. At 30,000, I'm going to short it. And it's like, so now we're at this range where we're hovering below 40,000 and everyone's going to short it. So we're just going to keep going up because that's how the market's going right now. And especially when they're bringing light to this, it's like if people keep shorting it, I think this is insanity. The moment people stop shorting it is like when we're going to go down. But the talk of everything is like, no, Bitcoin's dropping, we're going down. So, as long as people continue to short, we're going to keep going up, in my opinion. So this is Ethereum, another one that people like to short, and they have been shorting in this region. So we're going to build out this region here a little bit longer. We're probably doing a D and an E wave in this zone, and then we will continue up. So we've got this A, B, C, D, E. So which we hopefully have almost completed, and then we will continue up in this range. Ethereum is looking still very strong. The chart always looks horrible. I don't know why. Ethereum charts always look like they're just about to curl over and die. And every time I think that, they go up. So it's like, and I say it often on Twitter, Ethereum looks horrible, but it's going to go up. So, you get all the shorters coming in and there. But this is holding MAs. This is a 4-hour chart. It's holding MAs. It's holding MAs on all the time frames. So I have no issues with it. I think we're going to be reaching to 2000. We probably might hang around in this sort of, top of this channel for a little bit longer. But overall, it's a strong looking chart. BSV has retested resistance. It's
oh my God, look at those candles.
Yeah, so this is a 3-day chart, so they look really epically huge. So we have tested resistance. We're currently holding above MAs. If we go back down, this is holding on lower time frame MAs as well. So I think we're going to crawl over across sideways, and then it's game on. So this is another one that is heavily shorted always. So we can see that in this region, we had over 90% shorts on BSV and we took off. So it was a massive short squeeze in this region. So again, BSV shorts are starting to really build. I think we're at like 65 or 70% at this point. So they're going to let this happen again, and then it will fly. So
actually, Lisa, on that note, do you have we looked at it the other week, the comparison of longs and shorts, the funding rate, if you've got it to hand?
I do. Hang on, let me go.
I've blindsided you there with that request.
Bybit. Let me share my screen. Whoops. Helps if I hit share screen and not stop video.
You'll get the hang of this one day, don't worry.
I know.
Yeah.
So have a look at Bitfinex. So look at the longs at the moment on Bitfinex. It is insanely. So I would expect a drop. This is a 5-minute chart. So obviously, in the not near too distant future, we're going to have a quick wick down on Bitfinex because they've got 99% longs. So we go to the higher charts, the 4-hour time frame. Bitfinex longs are starting to sort of build up as well in this region. So, vice versa. So when longs build up, then they take out all the stops. So when shorts, they do the short squeeze. So, our 12-hour chart is fairly even right now. So there's nothing to sort of, worry about. We're starting to build. We're at 56% on Bitfinex. So that means to me, they're starting to build their longs up. So
how important of a metric for you when you're looking to go into a trade is this particular chart or this metric for you to look at?
It depends on what the trade is for me, if it's a long-term one or a short-term trade. So like if I was looking at this and, you know, I can see on the very, very low time frames, BitMEX and Bitfinex are, you know, at their capacity for longs, I'd start looking at a short.
Yep.
So, you know, if we go to our chart here, so if I go down to a 15-minute chart, and I can see this sort of building. So at this point, I would still be long in this trade. We can see on the 5-minute chart that our EMAs are starting to cross down. So this to me looks like it's weakening. And, you know, if I was scalping, I would be looking to start shorting maybe about this region and targeting these MAs. So I could do a quick 20 times, you know, or 25 times scalp on this on a margin trade. So, and target sort of down here and flip and go long. Yeah, because these are starting to turn down, these indicators here. Mm-hmm. So if we zoom in, so if we, looking at Bybit, the longs are overly long on the short time frames. So that means that, you know, if you're scalping, that's a really good signal to sort of start doing the opposite. Yep. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm looking at how many altcoin charts you've got up the top there. I'm going to be here all night time stamping this again, aren't I?
I'm going to try and run through them quickly. So this is Litecoin.
Take some deep breaths.
So quickly. So I'll do like, what's that? 10 charts in 10 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. All right. Litecoin is in a triangle. It is almost filled it out. We're fighting with MAs. This is a 6-hour chart. We go down to a 4-hour chart. We've got MA. So we'll probably sort of fill this out a little bit more. Our indicators are starting to turn bullish, so it's looking really good. I would be looking for a long very soon in Litecoin. eGold, I'm just putting this chart up because I can.
Oh, God. Shout out to crypto goddess Marcy. I feel your pain. Neither of us own this.
Yeah. Suckers.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you.
I know. I shouldn't be mean.
Well, for God's sake, what's this chart saying there? Should I buy the damn thing? I'm sick of this.
Yeah, 1,000% profits in eGold and 3,300% profits when it was Elrond. So I hate to be me. Anyway, that's all. I think it's going to correct for a little bit, so I wouldn't be entering it right now. So I'll post the chart when it's ready to go. So this is Cardano. I think this is just about to pop. We're in this channel. We should come down, retouch this channel, which is about 31-ish, and then continue up. Uni needs correction. It has been oversold. We are cooling on the 4-hour though, so it might hold this region and do an ABC in this region here. So it is incredibly bullish, even though everyone got it.
I missed out on $24,000 by one day on getting free uni.
Really? I know
at the current price
that, you know, receive uni. It's insane. So, you know,
I had 4 wallets, and only one of them I opened before the 1st of September. The other 3 I opened on the 1st of September. That was the cut-off day. And now they're worth $8,000 each, those free tokens.
Yes. It's insane.
It really is.
Yeah. So, you know, we may get a wick down to about 13. It's incredibly bullish, though. So I don't think the correction is going to be anywhere as deep as anyone expects. So I think we'll probably hold here. I've got an ABC drawn. We could go an ABCDE, which will just fill out a triangle in this region. And then we'll continue up. So incredibly bullish. The RSI has cooled in that sort of formation. So we might actually start heading up on uni very soon. This is Kai, which is actually just about to take off. And this is going to be my trade of the week because this is actually such a really good pattern here. We've had two falling wedges, and both have broken up. So we've got this strong support here. And I think we should be moving very, very soon on this one. So we've got a 40% move to our first target. And I think we'll get target 2. So we've got about 90% incoming on this one. So, and this 90% is also a retest of this parabola. So yeah, I think this is a strong move on this one. So this is Kai, this is on KuCoin. And yeah, so it should move really, really strongly. So RSR that I have been trading in this range, it's been just bouncing between these two fib lines, and which is also in this pitchfork. So it's been a nice move in between these two targets. So it probably has one more small wave down just to fill out this triangle. And, you know, sort of on this here. So I'll move this star to over here. We have a buy zone of around 0.31 to 0.33 on this one. This is RSR. So this is FTM, which also did massive, massive, massive waves this week. So one that we've been trading on and off. I've been holding this one for quite some time, obviously in this move, just pushing my stop up. So I'm out of this at the moment, and I will be rebuying. Probably, I think will come down maybe sort of, if we break this thing, we'll have 1 wick down to this region. So anywhere here, if we can break out, we're still going to have another retest. So we might get a breakout here and then a retest at this region. So we're kind of looking at 105-ish on FTM at the moment. DOT is still in this. I think we're doing a D and an E wave on DOT at the moment. So if I fix up those, oops, no, I don't want ABCs.
I got a bunch of people ready to jump in on DOT, possibly myself included, Lisa. So where do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it's far away. So I think we've got the same as Bitcoin. We've got the, you know, additional corrective waves that are happening. So we've got this ABC is almost complete. We've got a C wave that needs to come up. So this, our D wave will be an ABC. So that's kind of what we're seeing right now.
Okay.
And then we'll have an E wave down. So the same as what we're seeing on Bitcoin.
Yep.
This is Reef. It's another DOT project. So we've broken out of this wedge. We've retested the wedge, and we should continue up. This is a really strong project. I've been talking to the founders of Reef, and they have a heap of stuff that's going to be announced over the next little while. So this is one to watch.
My very first trade, Lisa, in 1,000 to 1 million.
Yes, this was an epic trade. So it's been a really good performing one. So obviously it's a new pattern, must have a stop loss. So, but it has, you know, really, really good, strong fundamentals. So Kasama, which is another DOT project. So it's actually the test chain. We had a buy in this region last week. It is holding. So we should start moving. We've got one more wave in the ABCDE. And then it'll take off again, up a target of 206. So we should do about 100% from this region. So I'm sure there's, you know, news coming out on something. So within DOT, there's lots of stuff happening there. Node, we got 45% profits in this channel. We've come back down. We are consolidating again. And then from here, we should move up, and we've got another sort of 37% in this range. This is, oops, drawing lines. This is Link. We are currently in the corrective waves again. So we look like we have possibly finished, as I'm drawing more waves, the ABC. We could go into an extended correction on this one with an ABCDE possible. This could also be a different sort of Elliott wave pattern where we do break up higher. So when we get a flat correction, we sometimes do break up higher. So this could be this correction almost completed on length, depending if we could have one more wave up before one more wave down. So I would be buying around this 200 MA, which is about $21. So on
Shout out to Jordan. I am finally going to buy some chain link, Jordan. after 8 months of you bleating. And smash the likes, people. Smash the likes for Lisa. Been putting these charts together for you all day.
So yeah, so this is so we've just crossed down on this MACD as bearish on the 4 hour, but I think that's just because we're consolidating in this region on fun. We did have quite a fun move of 200%. So I like to use that on fun.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. It was fun.
We just lost 10 likes after that joke.
Yeah, probably. Sorry, guys. I use them on Twitter too. I just like to still with people. Anyway, so fun might come back into the top of this channel. So we could correct to about sort of the 2-3 region and then continue up. It's been moving really strongly over the last couple of weeks. Ava, we've nearly finished. I know they've got contracts happening at the moment for some of the biggest stuff that's going to explode into crypto. So this is massive. So anyone that wants to get into that, I'd be laddering into, not financial advice, but I'd be laddering into Ava because I know there's some big news coming. It's just taking a little bit longer. They're just, fine tuning all of those contracts. And once those are all signed and they've announced it, this is going to go off.
Is this a buy the rumor scenario here, Lisa, or it doesn't sound like a rumor?
I don't know. It could be
not financial advice, people.
Not financial advice.
Having a chat.
Yeah. AOVE is always a good long-term hold.
You could have told me when I sold it at $80.
I think I did tell you. Oh my God.
I think I doubled my money on it and thought I was pretty smart. But
yeah.
look at it now.
Well, I'm pretty sure I did tell you that it was going to continue going up, but anyway.
You got me into this a long time ago. I think it was one of the ones.
So I think we're going to curl down here. We should hit this star region. So this is 243 and then continue up. The waves are curling. So when it curls, it does come down. You can see that a lot of the time AAVE does curl. The MACD is starting to curl on this daily chart, and so is the RSI. So I do expect this to sort of, curl down to this region and then continue up.
Okay.
So this was our trade of the week last week, and it had a strong bounce in this region. So helps if I put it on the right place. We did a 40% move on the trade of the week last week. We've corrected down. We've got an expanding megaphone pattern here, which is looking really strong. So we're crawling along this support. Our MACD is just starting to turn up and our RSI is just flattening out. So this is going to hold this region, in my opinion, and then continue higher. So Luna, this was one of the charts that I had on. I did like 70 plus charts, and a few people said, what do you like? What charts do you like? And this is the one that I liked. It retraced to my possible retrace. It's been moving really nicely. So it's still correcting, has a little bit more correction in this region, and then it will take off again. Doggy we covered, and I think we've got a little bit more sideways on this before we actually do have the bigger move again. 1 inch. I'm loving the 1 inch strokes.
Good God.
So
you tweeting about
so 1 inch did 100, it went 150% in. So it was like, I'll just do 1 inch, but it went 152%. We are correcting. We've got that curl at the moment. So it's super bullish. So it may not correct down to the star. So on Twitter, I do have a laddering technique that you can use. The only thing is this is a 4-hour chart. Short term, this looks like it is going to go sideways or it's going to correct a little deeper. So around the $4 mark is where I would be getting my 1 inch. Sorry, guys. Pearl, this is a new chart, and it's got diagonal support. We've had a strong bounce on this region. We are going to hold this sort of point here. So ladder in about 3.038 down to 0.35. That's a good region to enter. And it's going to have a strong bounce. So it's got some news coming out. Some people on Twitter have been tagging me in. We've got about 100% that's going to happen on this one over the next little while. So again, I can't give times. Everyone always says, how long is that going to take? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Dash. So we've had all the DeFi coins moving. So what happens after DeFi? We go into our normal, top sort of 50 coins. So Dash, we've got Litecoin, we've got BSV. A few of those patterns are all starting to sort of bottom out and look really like they're just about to move. So Dash, I think, is just about to take off. From here, we have a potential 100% move. So some of these older coins and tokens are going to start sort of moving. We're seeing XRP at the moment, obviously moving, but yeah, some of these are going to start moving. So if you look at the 70 charts that I put up, so a lot of those were like Monero, Dash, Litecoin, Stellar, ZIL, all in patterns just about to start moving. So this is AVAX, which is correcting. We've hit this first target and we're coming down. So we will get a little bit of sideways in this region before we start heading up. But this is a really, really strong pattern. So potential 150. So from this point, we've probably got not so much. Yeah, 130% from we've moved out of the buy zone. This is okay. This is me just being because I've perfected this pattern, as I told you. This is
really?
So I told you guys.
You know what? I was actually going to call you yesterday when it was exactly $1 and say, "Where's it going?"
Yeah, I told you last week it was just under $1 and then it was going to continue up, and I put my star in the chart and here we are. We're at my first target. So woo. So that's a 30% move, which is nice. We can see on the RSI, we haven't even hit the resistance yet. So we've still got a little bit more movement. I'd like to see it break above this yellow line on this one and then come down and retest and potentially start moving to the second target. So in this range, we've had enough corrective waves in this region that we, I normally count them. So we've got the same amount. We should be breaking up to this second target very soon. We have room on the RSI to do that as well. So, yep, looking good. This is one Strax that I put up last night on Twitter. This is correcting as it should. So I've got these squiggles here. You can see that it's moving down. We'll go a little bit sideways. This is going to be a fun one to scalp over the next few days because it's just going to bounce up and down within this region. So we're going to have sort of a bounce between 71 to sort of 80-ish on this one. So, nice few bounces before we get one bounce down to retest this support. Support is about 68, so you can start laddering into this trade before it takes off. Comp is one that I had ages and ages ago on the show, and it's just hit this upper target. So it looks like we're going to get an extended wave on comp. So we had this. So we've had an 80% move on this. We should get about 100% move on this. I think it's going to keep going. It's going to have a little bit of consolidation here before it continues. And I just want to have a look, obviously, due to what's happening in the traditional markets and, you know, these long-term markets. So there's talk that the Wall Street guys were going to be doing a short squeeze on silver. Looks like it's happening at the moment. This is in pattern. So it has been heavily shorted because of this move, but this is a fourth wave. We don't have a fifth wave, so we need to have a fifth wave in any pattern. And it looks like we're starting to move on that at the moment. This is, if you go back to Twitter, this is a chart that I've had for quite some time and it's still following through. So that's looking really good. Gold, we've still got one more wave down to complete this pattern. So for anyone playing with this, so we also have our MACD, which is flattening out. So that means that we're coming into the end of this wave. So a little bit more, and then we'll continue up. So I'm sure that they'll start having a short squeeze on gold very shortly. It is very heavily shorted at the moment. So that's going to be very easy to move. Prime XBT actually has gold and silver on their exchange. So if you're wanting to trade it with BTC.
Mm-hmm.
And just so we can have a look at traditional markets, because sometimes when these markets like absolutely tank, this rolls into BTC. So we are coming down onto this, which was our previous resistance. It's now being tested as support. So if this doesn't hold, this could be catastrophic for the market. So especially Bitcoin. So it'll continue like just wiping everything out. So it's not what we want to see, you know. But as I was saying, within Bitcoin, if we can get to that 41,000 mark and then these markets start dropping, Bitcoin's going to drop within pattern. So, you know, and that's when we're going to hear like all the shorters going, we're going to 20K. We're not. So it's going to be in pattern. So
you know what? Interesting, Lisa. Interestingly, this week we actually saw the S&P drop significantly while Bitcoin went in the other direction. I mean, as we both know, they really have mirrored each other quite closely. But
they have.
I just wonder whether this is the start of the decoupling that we might.
Hopefully, it is. But I think if we do break this support, we could see just that little bit of panic. So the thing is, like, if this does happen and we've got a lot of people that are in longs and they get margin calls, then they do pull their Bitcoin out. Yep. So, you know, so if we start getting sort of deeper retraces on these traditional markets, that's when Bitcoin does see, you know, a little bit of a dip, because, you know, margin calls, they need to get their money from somewhere. They are in other markets, and normally it comes straight out of cryptocurrency. So yep. I'll be watching this support this week. If we get, you know, too much of a dip underneath, you know, the normal market, our, you know, cryptocurrency market may see a dip across the board. So, but I do think we're going to hit, before this sort of dips, we're going to hit those upper targets on Bitcoin, retesting, you know, up towards the $40,000 mark. So there's a pattern it sees the next wave up on Bitcoin on this wave sort of around the 39,000-ish mark, sort of before it turns down. So yep. That should be possible within the market. So, and then the DJI, obviously we've got that dip. So a break below this support again is going to cause a further drop, which is going to see the margin calls on a lot of these, you know, bigger traders that are going to need to get money from somewhere. And that's when we're going to see cryptocurrency have a bit of a dip. But I think it's all within pattern. So I don't think there should be any panic. I don't think we're, you know, breaking down massively on Bitcoin. I think we're going up first before we do break down. So yeah, so there we go.
Well done. Come up for air. There you go. If you haven't smashed the like, come on, do it now, please. Epic, Lisa. Well done.
167 of you watching now, and we've only got 80 likes. So smash it.
Come on. Hit the like button, for God's sake. Well done there. I mean, look, what an amazing week. I think this one is huge as well. We've got Grayscale, where people invest the funds there. They're coming to the end of the unlock period. I believe in 2 days, which means typically that's very bullish. Their ability to take bigger Bitcoin positions happens there, and then obviously on the 4th we've got 4 billion worth of futures expiring. So huge week. Throw in all this Wall Street bets action. I think that's really sending a lot of shockwaves through the markets in general.
Yeah, no, I do think that 4 million, that was it 4 million or 4 billion coming through that? Billion. Yeah, so I think that is majority of shorts, and I think they're going to sell long into the market, and I think that's where we're going to get that strong bounce to retest that all-time high. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. Everyone's going to be screaming that this is going to sell down, but if you were you've got to think of the mentality of when these people were buying this large amount of futures. So if you were looking, if you had your little crystal ball and you were looking at it and you were like, well, I think, we're going to be going down at this point. I'm going to buy some shorts sell long. We're going to see that short squeeze by the end of the week and a strong bounce. So, an Elon tweet and him just putting Bitcoin in his on his Twitter, caused a $6,000 candle. So 4 billion shorts, I think we should see, a retest of the all-time high. Yeah.
And also, for me, this week here with what the Wall Street bets people got up to, I mean, look, I really applaud this. They obviously found a chink in how the legacy markets do operate. Good on them for that. I'm 100% capitalist. I believe in a completely free market, but yet again, a reminder, we saw Robinhood come in there and effectively stop these people from buying more of those stocks. I think that's highly illegal what they did there, and I really hope they're held to account. But it is a good reminder, people, that for the first time in human history, we've got an asset that you can control, and that's Bitcoin. I think this is just another reminder, get some Bitcoin. It's money you control, and I think we're gonna see a raft of new regulation coming off the back of what's happening to these hedge funds, and I think some of that will definitely flow across into crypto as well. Whether you think that's good or bad, very situation specific. I think the case for Bitcoin just gets stronger though.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
So quickly,
everything's broken for Bitcoin.
Yeah. So quickly before we go, I'm going to just bring up volumes. So this is like DEX and non-custodial exchanges. The volume has been massive.
Look at Uniswap.
It's just, and SushiSwap, just extreme volume coming in. So if you're in the US and you're wanting to trade some of these coins, this is the only way that you can do it at the moment, because Binance obviously have Binance USA. So, you can connect your MetaMask or your wallets and control your own money. So this is insane how much, and they can't control it right now. So it can't be controlled. So, it's just, this is like the boom market. I try not to trade on Uniswap because it's incredible.
Come on, Lisa. I thought we converted you this year.
No. I'm a stickler for stop losses, and I like money. And these markets are, highly, highly volatile. So, but I know they do make big profits when they do. So,
but for everyone watching, sorry to interrupt, but just very quickly, I'll put a link below. We've made some videos on Uniswap on MetaMask. If you're not familiar with these things, we've got a bit of a handhold video. I'll put the links below for you for that.
Yeah, so I'll get Sean to put the link for this as well in the video. So if you want to check this out, you can see like all the different flows going in and out of exchanges, stable coins, lending, derivatives, everything on here. So the other one that I like to get the market data from is CryptoQuant. And we can see the Bitcoin flows and the market data. So exchange flows is another good one. So where we're getting sort of, it's going to sign me out. So where we're getting sort of money coming in and out from the market. So a lot of the time, there's a lot of talk about Bitcoin coming in and out of a lot of the exchanges. There's a huge amount of OTC deals going on at the moment. So if you're watching whale calls and you see a lot of Bitcoin and sort of USDT sort of traveling around, there's a lot of off exchange, you know, so every large exchange now has an OTC desk. So they're doing massive amounts of OTC deals with Bitcoin at the moment. So, and you can follow these CryptoQuant and on the whale calls, we can see where all these are happening. So yeah, so have a look at these. You can get an overview of where the money is within the markets and how fast it's growing. So DEX and non-custodial are just, you know, this is insane. So, you know, massive amounts of money coming into these. This is if we go with the money flow of where the money's coming from, a lot of this is USA money because they can't get it onto a normal exchange. So, you know, this is the way to go. So not financial advice because there's no stop losses on a lot of these DEX exchanges, but they are sort of, you know, changing that and sort of coming into the future.
You can use a it's called Unitrade, which is a project I've reviewed on this channel. I'll put a link below to I interviewed the founder. You can actually use a stop loss on Uniswap with Unitrade.
Yeah, there's some you know, aftermarket sort of products that are coming in with those and you know, really good. So you just have to, you know, watch the reputable ones, and they're not going to sort of, you know, log into your wallet and steal your money. So that's the only thing.
There is that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also for sort of micro trading, you know, lots and lots of trades or small amounts. Some of the solutions out there on the DEXs can be kind of expensive with the fees. So just bear that in mind. But I will put a link below if you want to check that out. Yeah, so awesome. I'll be here for the next 3 hours time stamping this for everybody. So please hit the like if you haven't.
So yeah, smash the likes, guys. Smash the likes.
So in summary, Lisa, before we finish up for today,
in summary,
was Cartier chain.
Yep. So Kai is my trade of the week. I think we're going to do a bounce on that. I think we're going to get at least 30% in the next few days. At least. And I know there's news coming out on a lot of these chains as well. So and that's one. I've got a guy, Woodsy, hello if you're watching. He's on Twitter and he gives me all the news and all the updates, and there's huge things happening on Cartier chain.
Excellent. And I know you've got absolutely huge things happening in your life as well. So
as soon as I can tell everyone I will, but I can't. So
you could be the most famous person in crypto soon. What's your brother going to say about that?
He could say whatever he wants. I don't talk to him.
Oh, awesome. Hey, listen, I mean, I know how busy you are and the amount of time you do put into to making this show. So thank you very, very much. And I'm sure all the people watching appreciate that. So as you all know, if you don't know, and you are new, Lisa's on Twitter on the daily or
I'm on Twitter.
Most minutes of the day.
I'll get Sean to put a link here as well. So I posted 70 plus charts on a Tumblr site that you can go through. All of those charts are doing really well. So pick your favorite coin, trade your favorite coin with stop losses, of course. And yeah, so those charts are all there. I spent a day and a half going through all of them for you, making sure that they were all in pattern. didn't post. There was like hundreds of charts that you guys requested. I went through and I did all the ones that I thought were going to continue in their pattern because they were in good patterns. So yeah.
Excellent. 1,000 to 1 million, all over it.
1,000 to 1 million. Any questions, hit me up on Twitter.
Excellent. Okay, people, I hope you took something away from today. I'm sure you did. Jump on board with us, 1,000 to 1 million. Get on to Twitter, follow Lisa on the daily. And yeah, we'll see you back here next Monday. Thank you very much, Lisa.
Thank you for watching.